black hole. Prepare to get your hands swole. Everybody on their feet with no crowd control. All you see is black and silver when you look around. And all you see is blue and yellow laying on the ground. We are supreme. Commitment to excellence. The whole NFL couldn't get no better than this. And when we hit, we make the earth shatter. We take you out the game as the fault lines get better. You know where it is. Right here, the home, the land, the Raiders. Yeah. Welcome to the black hole. It's where you get swole. Welcome to the black hole. You can't control it. Welcome to the black hole. You know what's up. Welcome to the black hole. It's where it gets rough. Welcome to the black hole. Ain't no punks allowed. Welcome to the black hole. It's where the crowd gets loud.
Good evening, Raider fans, and welcome to the Raider Nation podcast. I'm your host, Raider Greg. We are one day before game day, the home opener at the Oakland Coliseum against our hated rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs, old AFL foes. We have been beating these guys, and they've been taking a beating, actually, from us quite a bit. The record shows it. The winningest team in the NFL has kicked their ass way more than once. And I have to warn parents if they have their children listening to the podcast, because I will be dropping a couple of F-bombs. So please hold your children's ears or don't play the podcast in front of your kids this evening. I am so pumped about this game. Vegas is given 1.5, and the over and under is 54 points. That's 8 touchdowns, Raider fans. That's an offensive wild game. We are in for one hell of a contest, and we will get 6, and they will get 2. Hopefully we're going to do it. We're home. Fuck the Chiefs. We are home, and they are coming to our house. They're coming across the country, weary and dreary, and they're going to take those little charter buses. They're going to come through the parking lot and get that famous Oakland hello. Salutes, the single finger ones, and also all the bare asses they possibly would want to see. I've seen it before. We're going to give them a great Oakland welcome. I can hardly wait. Well, let's get into the podcast, because it's all about the Kansas City Chiefs game. It's what the Raiders need to do, and it's a little bit about the Chiefs and what they do and who they are and who we're playing. Okay, I already told you the over and under. The Chiefs, against the Jets sucked. The Jets looked terrible. And the Chiefs look wonderful, but that was their home opener. Welcome to Oakland. Okay? Kansas City has a pretty big defense, and they blitz a lot. They blitzed on Pennington a lot. So, we're looking at a 4-3 and a 3-4 defense that they use. Their linebackers are pretty awesome. Kendrell Bell, Derek Johnson, Sammy Knight is a safety, Patrick Surtain is a cornerback. Now, Surtain got a concussion last game against the Jets, so I'm looking for him to be a little dizzy on this game, and we should be able to give him a hell of a headache with our screaming and yelling through the whole damn game. Now, our offensive lines, we need to be quick off the ball, and we will be. Langston Walker, who played a little bit marginal on last game, I'm sure he'll be ready. Barry Sims, Chad Slaughter, you ready to go, baby? That's our men, and they're going to do it on that side. Robert Gallery, Robin Stone, we got it. Our offensive line has been rested. They're ready. They're pumped. You can see how intense they are. I saw them on the news today, and it's looking good, Raider fans. Looking real good for our team. They need to open some lanes for Crockett and Jordan. I think they're going to be able to do it because we have home field advantage. Listen, our team's going to be so pumped up. When they come out of that tunnel, it's like going to be nothing else. You guys know how it is, Raider fans, when our team comes out, especially in a sold-out game. I told you before, this is like a Super Bowl, and it's going to sound just like a goddamn Super Bowl for sure. Anyways, the offensive line needs to make their blocks, and they need to keep holding penalties to 3 or less through the whole game. That's all I ask. 3 penalties of holding, that's 30 yards. I think we can do it, especially at home. They're going to have a whole hell of a lot more hard time with their counts, and they're going to get way more holding if the crowd has anything to do with it. And at the Oakland Coliseum, when we're rocking, they're not hearing shit. They're not hearing nothing. They're not hearing their quarterback, and it's going to be a great moment when the 12th man steps on the field, when the defense steps on the field. Okay, offensive line, one more thing. You got to protect the QB. Collins needs a little bit more time than most quarterbacks. I've been talking about this way, way long time ago. And he just needs a little more time. You got to give him some rest time just at the beginning of the game. We can't get him freaked out. We got to get him comfortable in the pocket. And another thing, Collins isn't a pocket quarterback. Everyone says he's a pocket quarterback. I've seen Collins over many years. Collins has moved out to the right and left. He's moved out of the pocket and made some awesome passes and some great plays. I think he can do it. I think he can do it on Sunday. He just needs to get rid of the ball, pass it, look for the tight ends underneath, which will be very helpful with Courtney Anderson, who was very instrumental. John Fushi, he can do it too. Randall Williams. These are people that are not going to be expecting to get the ball. I'm positive it can happen. Like I said, tight ends. It's paramount that they get quick outs and they make their blocks. Our tight ends are blocking tight ends, and they're big and they're fast. That's the Raiders. That's what we're known for. Big and fast, and that's what we have. Give Collins a target on the short outs when he's pressured so that he can get rid of the ball. You keep doing that, they'll stop rushing Collins, and they'll concentrate on those tight ends, which is what will happen. It's going to happen anyways. Wide receivers, Randy Moss, guaranteed 2 touchdowns. Come on, Moss, baby, you can do it. Porter, Curry, Morant, we can do it. Carlos, Francis, Alvis, Wooded, we got it, baby. Listen to those names. You remember how these guys play. When they play on Sunday, they're going to be playing with passion, and you're going to see some beautiful plays out of the Oakland Raiders, especially our wide receiving core. It's going to be a beautiful game. Now, all they need to do is come back to Collins if he's rushed, if they see he's in trouble, come back to the ball. That's something that you learn through the years. The penalties is another thing. Penalties are something that we need to use. We need to learn from. We can get rid of those penalties, especially at home. We're in front of our own crowd. A lot of those penalties are because the quarterback can't hear, and that's basically it. Now, KC's defensive line is a little beat up, just like Larry Johnson's girlfriend. She's a little beat up too. And I'm really surprised that Larry Johnson, the beater, is going to be back in a plane going across country, because I know, Raider fans, if I beat my girlfriend, I'd be in jail. But this guy, in Kansas City, he gets the golden treatment, and he gets to go across the country and play football. And I just hope we give him a little special hit or two. I hope we break his legs. That'll be a wonderful thing, and he might feel like his girlfriend did. Asshole. Excuse my language. No reason to be beating on women. That's one of my pet peeves. Okay, here we go. The Chiefs' offense. Now, Priest Holmes, Trent Green, they'll be talking about this on the pregame. Larry Johnson, Gonzalez, offensive line. Well, you know what? They're beat up, like I said. They're beat up because they played it all on the Jets, and that's perfect. Traveling across the country, a lot of Band-Aids, a lot of Psalm, a lot of balm, a lot of lip balm, a lot of leg balm, a lot of balm on these guys. They're going to be sore, and they're going to be tired. Excellent for us. Raiders, defensive line. Stop the run just like you did in New England. You guys stop the run, 2.4 yards per carry. Awesome. Do that again, we'll win this game for sure. Keep Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson pounding on the sidelines, running around, holding their head, getting all emotional. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for Dick Vermeil to have that flustered, frustrated look on his face, that little Vermeil squint. I love it. I love to see it. Look for it, Raider fans, after every good Raider play. Now, pressure on Trent Green, up the middle. Totally possible. Absolutely. We've done it before. We're going to be home. We'll have the home crowd advantage. And it's huge. That 12th man is huge. When Trent Green can't hear himself do his hard count, it's a beautiful thing. And that's you and that's me, Raider fans. That's the loud, screaming, maniac fans at the Oakland Coliseum. Dick Vermeil himself has said on numerous occasions, quote, "I hate going to Oakland. The fans are crazy." That's a quote. Said it many times. Welcome, Dickie, because you're coming to Oakland. You got no goddamn choice. You're coming to the black hole. Okay, defensive line once again. Push, push, push. Our home crowd noise will help it. It's our house. You got it, baby, because it's our house, and we'll be helping you all the way. Every defensive play, I want this crowd at the Oakland Coliseum to go absolutely friggin' crazy. I'm telling you, Raider fans, this is our Super Bowl. We need to capture the AFC West if we're going anywhere in the postseason. That means taking out the chumps that we know and love, the Kansas City Chiefs. We love to hate them, and we certainly love to beat their ass. And this Sunday, they're coming in on a high hope. They're coming in on their 1-0 record, and they're going to go home with a shoe right up their ass. And it's going to say, "Welcome to Oakland. Thanks for staying. Nice talking to you." Because we ain't taking no prisoners this time, people. Not in our house. That's what I want people to say. I want to chant. I want to hear the whole Coliseum saying, "Not in our house." You hear me? You feel me? I know you do. Okay, let's go. Sapp, Washington, Kelly, Tardell Sands. Baby, you got it, because you are the force and the defense that makes it all happen. It happens in the front four. It happened in New England, and it's really going to happen in Oakland. And boy, let me tell you, Vermeil's not playing around. He's telling his team about it, but it's too late. The Oakland Raiders are ready to play, and we are ready to help them win. Grant Irons, Morrison, Tyler Brayton, Ryan Riddle, Danny Clark, Tim Johnson, linebackers, all totally capable of handling the underneath and also handling any run. Grant Irons is pumped. That guy's ready to play. He's got the intensity. He's a crazy man. He looks crazy. Got that wild eye thing going on. Grant Irons may look mellow, may talk mellow. He's got the crazy eye. You got to look. You got to see it. I seen it. Grant Irons, I love you, baby. Tyler Brayton, I love you too. You guys are the best run-stopping duo that the Raiders have in many years. And trust me, on Sunday, Raider fans, we're going to see it happen in a big way. Kirk Morrison, you've been tested by fire. You played already the best team in the AFC last couple of years in a row. What are you going to do? You're a great player. You got your coverage down right. You can do it. Ryan Riddle, you're everywhere. You're always by the ball. You're always in the tackle. You can do it without penalties. I have total confidence in you. Both those guys are going to be in the on the pass package. So Trent Green's going to try to dump it underneath because he's going to get pressure coming right in his face, and that's where these two guys are going to do well. Okay. Gosh. Also, linebackers, that's where the turnovers happen. You guys can get right in there. The push goes in. The ball gets crazy. And that's when things happen. The chemistry works. Turnovers. Linebackers, make it happen, baby. I got all the faith in the world in you. You can do it. Take that goddamn ball away. We can take the ball away like we did before. I remember going and watching the Kansas City Chiefs game in 2002. It rained for 4 friggin' hours. My wife and I were standing there in the black hole watching the whole game. And you know what? At halftime, I was dreading this. I looked at my wife. I said, "Honey, I know you're tired. I know you're cold. And we're both soaked to the bone. You want to go home? We're still winning." She looked up at me and she goes, "Baby, this is football. I love it." How many guys can say their wife is that tough? My wife is tough. She's awesome, and she is a football fanatic. And we will never forget that Kansas City Chiefs game. In the rain, we ran the ball right in their face. We ran it and ran it and ran it. Crockett, Wheatley, and we kicked their ass 27-0. Sent their ass home with a big 0. Nice talking to you. Thank you, Dickie. See you later. We're going to do the same thing on Sunday. We have all the tools. We have all 3 phases of the game, Raiders. What I'm telling you is all 3 phases of the game, we are equal to or better than. There's no doubt in my mind. I've looked at the players. I've checked out the plays. I've seen the game against the Jets. The Jets look like shit. They didn't even look like they played. They don't look like the Oakland Raiders. And if the Kansas City Chiefs think they're going to come into our house and treat us like the Jets, here comes the F-bomb. Fuck the Chiefs. We shouldn't be afraid of them guys. We shouldn't be afraid of those guys at all. Because we're coming out of the black hole with a black vengeance. And the fans, I'm telling you, all my friends are crazed already. I'm getting phone calls left and right. I got emails coming out like crazy. People are pumped. This game is sold out. And Raider fans, you know what that means. All the Raider fans in the Bay Area are going to see the game. But the Raider fans in the Coliseum are going to feel the game. They're going to feel the intensity on the field. They're going to feel the intensity of the crowd. They're going to feel the intensity of a victory for the Raiders. I can hardly wait. This is our time, man. These guys are AFC West divisional team. Now, we will win this game. And when we win this game, we're going to shut a lot of people up. Big time. Now, I was watching ESPN today, and I was watching the whole situation about how the Raiders were not. They were under 1.5 underdogs, but you know what? All the announcers, because I do this every pregame, and I tell you guys when they're trying to dog us, nobody wanted to put their foot in that pile. Nobody wanted to pour any water into the bucket of 1.5 for the Chiefs, because everybody had their left eyebrow up going, well, the Raiders are at home, and I don't know about that 1.5. And I don't know about that 1.5 against this team, which has, a quote, a prolific offense. We have it. We have it. It's right there. We just got to pull it out and pull the trigger, baby, on Sunday. And we will. Okay, let's get back to the players now. Defensive backs. Keep close. Rob Ryan, even if you got to do man coverage, man up. Double up on Gonzalez, whatever you got to do. But we need to bump those guys at the line. There has to be some physical contact within the first 2 or 3 feet to let them know that we're not kidding. I watched the game against the Eagles and Kelly against the Falcons against the Eagles. Kelly of the Falcons played up against Owens. It was beautiful. Now Kelly's nothing to write home about. He just had excellent technique. His technique was very simple. Fluster Owens in the first 3 yards, and he did it on every play. He had his hands all up on Owens. He was all uncomfortable. Nobody gets his hands on that guy. He was right on him, taking him out of his timing pattern, and time after time after time, ball never got there. Bad timing. That's exactly what the backs have to do. That's what the defensive backs have to do. The cornerbacks, they got to bump and run. Free safeties, don't let no one go by you. Don't you let Tony Gonzalez get by you. I don't give a shit. You can do it. Stay one-on-one with this guy and show him you're home. Derek Gibson, be on him, man. Be on him like glue. You could do it. Stafford route. Charles Woodson, they don't throw to you, baby. They still don't throw to Woodson. They didn't throw to him last game. They're not going to throw to him this game. Charles, be ready, baby. They might try to challenge you, but I don't think so. And if they do, show them, Charles. Show them how you're getting the money, baby. You can do it. You have the talent. That's why they didn't throw you to the last game, because you were gloving the guy. Awesome player, Charles. I knew he had a great deal when we got you. Fabian Washington, time to turn it on. You got to show up today. You got to show up on Sunday and make it happen. Jared Cooper, that's another one. Make it happen. Gibson, you can't let them go underneath on you. You're the free safety. You got to make sure that nobody comes behind you and gets into that end zone. You know, baby, you have the experience. You've been in the NFL. Don't give this guy no 10 yards. Don't give anybody no 10 yards. And I mean it. Oakland Raider fans, our special teams are awesome. I'm sure after the last game, they've reworked coverage patterns and coverage plays, and we will be awesome. Chris Carr, he's a rocket. He is a rocket, lightning bolt, crazy fiend, because I see him running into craziness. He runs like a crazy man. I love it. I love the fact that he runs like that. I love the fact that he gets great returns, and I expect him to make a touchdown for the Oakland Raiders on Sunday. I see that happening, totally. Leckler, constant, still best punter in the NFL at 48-yard average. He is a magic thing, and when we got him, we got a diamond. We got the hope diamond, because you don't even have to hope. He gets the ball out there, and he gets it up and high. Excellent. Jankowski, hey, man, all you need is a bigger pair of pants. You need some more room for that leg to kick out a little bit. That's all. That's all you need, baby. Jankowski, no missed field goals. We can't leave any points. Now, we can't leave one iota of a point on that field. We got to take all the points with us. Because like I said before, and I'm quoting a guy that sent an email to me, we're going to take the Chiefs to the woodshed, and we're going to whoop them. And I mean whoop on them. We're going to make them go home embarrassed. And I ain't kidding. We can do it. We can do it because we're at home, Raider fans. Now, I've kind of explained to you how I feel and how I know the Raiders can win this game. And now I'm going to explain what the crowd has to do. Now, I'm going to try to make it to the game. I went to my son's football game on Thursday, and it was about a 3-hour game, and he played very, very well. As an offensive lineman, he plays really well. He's not real big, but he's got excellent technique, if I may say so. Of course, I'm the daddy. But now, I kind of had a hard time. It was tough, man. It was very painful for me, so I don't expect that I will be able to be at the game for very long, if at all I go, because it's very tough for me. I've only been out of surgery. I'll be 5 weeks this coming Monday, so I'm still like 4 weeks out. And boy, when they cut me open in the front, took all my guts out, stuck it on my chest. Sorry, I wanted to gross anybody out. And went into my back, and then on the back, they cut me open, put a bunch of screws in. 10 screws, two rods in there. So 10 screws and 2 rods. You better believe I'm making the metal detector go off anywhere I go. So they're going to check me real good for anything, nuclear bomb or whatever. If I go to any place, airport, coliseum, wherever I go, I got to be stopped and super searched. I don't care. My point is, I'm a little tweaked still, but I'm going to try to make it, because these are my Raiders, just like they're your Raiders. And this is going to be a beautiful thing, man. I can't wait to see all the silver and black, the flags, the smoke rising from the parking lot of the Coliseum, the barbecues working, the Samoas cooking the pig in the north parking lot, 66th Street mob burning the Kansas City jersey or a hat. They always have something. It's the burn. They always burn something from the other team. This is the ritual. This is the passion of the Raider fan. This is the beginning of the season for the Raider fan. There is nothing like the Coliseum parking lot on a home game for our Oakland Raiders. Now, that being said, the parties, the speakers, the dancing, the tequila, the beer, the food is incredible. The camaraderie, the pumped upness, and then we file in to the Oakland Coliseum. Now, Raider fans, I'm telling you, it gets crazy right in line. It gets crazy. People start screaming, Raiders! Raiders! And people echo. It echoes through the hallways, echoes through the bathrooms, echoes through everywhere. You can hear it all the way out in the parking lot. It's a beautiful thing. People start filing in. People get to their seats, start getting their $8 beers and their $5 bags of peanuts. Getting down. Al Davis walking the sideline early in the game. You see him out there in his white jumpsuit, or maybe his black jumpsuit. I don't know. Depends. Depends on what Al does. Might have his little golf cart with him. But he's out there. He's out there pregame, and he's out there checking out his team. Raider fans, this is our time to shine. The national media will be out there looking at the crazed Raider fans, and we got to keep it going. We got to keep that mystique about how can you go to a Raider game? I'm so afraid. Well, good. Stay out of there. We don't need you afraid. If you can't come with some sack, then go home because we don't need it. You're going to come to the Raider game, you're going to be able to scream for all 4 quarters. And what I mean by screaming is screaming for the defense. I mean screaming at the top of your lungs every time the defense goes in for a play. Make Trent Green have ear problems for the next month. He shouldn't be able to hear himself think. That's our job, Raider fans, right there. Our job is to disrupt the offense every single play. We need to help our team. They will play better strictly because we're there. When our team comes out in the initial introduction, I've said it before, I will say it again, this is like a Super Bowl. This is our Super Bowl. Every AFC game this year is going to be our Super Bowl. That's how we're going to get there. We got to win the AFC West. Got to beat the Chiefs. And we will. And the funny thing is, they're coming there with all kinds of pride. They're all pumped up, and they think they're all that. Fuck the Chiefs. You know, I hate to use the F-bomb, but man, I am so passionate about the AFC division. We are a tough division. It's tough. It's the toughest one around. I look at all of them. We got a hell of a schedule this year. This victory will put everybody on notice that the Oakland Raiders are ready to play some frickin' football. And when people come to the Coliseum to play, you better be ready to play against the fans. Because I can't wait for that Kansas City Chiefs team. I remember when they came out, last time I saw them, they came out, they beat us last year twice. And they came out, and the Chiefs came out, and they went right to the black hole. They went right to the black hole. They weren't afraid. They were all pumped up. They were all being all that. They were all, you know, the black hole getting all the fingers and everything else. And they were all talking shit, talking smack. And I am still pissed off that they come into our house and disrespect us. Raider fans, that alone should make you guys burn on the inside. That alone should make you guys be ready for this team. And, you know, bring some throat lozenges because you're going to need them. That or you can drink a lot of beer. That's a big thing, too. That makes your throat feel better, too. I know all you guys know that already. Now, all that being said, and everything being equal, we are going to beat the Chiefs, and that's period. You heard it here. Now, I had an emailer that emailed me a very substantial email, I want to tell you guys, and he was upset with me for dogging the Raiders so much after the New England game and not giving them credit. And to his credit, I will say yes. And I have to apologize to all the Raider fans out there who didn't like my take after the New England game. Because I'll tell you, my lesson that I learned, and like I told him, hey man, I'm a fireman. I'm a fireman. I'm not a producer. I'm nothing but an avid Raider fan. And the reason I do my podcast is to engage other Raider fans, to spread the news about what's happening with the team to those displaced Raider fans all over the country and all over the world. And to let them know what's going on here at home, because there's people that are displaced all over the place. I have no personal agenda. I don't make a penny, and that's funny. Not that I want to, because I feel it's an honor to be a podcast. I feel it's such an honor to be the Raider Nation podcast. I can't tell you. It's an honor for me to be able to spread the news and to give my take on our team. And I apologize for being so negative, because that's not okay. And I learned a lesson. The lesson I learned was don't do a podcast after you lose a game when your senses are all flipped out. I know you felt me because I got 99 emails that said, yeah, you're right, and yeah, Walter should play, and I got a lot of emails that said the same thing. But the one email I got that was, the guy said, hey, don't dog our team. You're right. He's absolutely right. I didn't dog our team. I didn't mean to dog our team. And if it sounded like it, it's certainly the furthest thing from my heart. Because I am a frickin' Raider fan. I bleed silver and black. And it's my honor to share that with you guys. And it's an honor to be doing this podcast for the Raider Nation. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And to the gentleman who wrote the email, this is a guy who's got season tickets. He's a good guy. He flies from Utah to the games. Got to take my hat off to him. I don't got to fly from anywhere. I get to drive down the road. So, that being said, and all being equal, I don't know how long this podcast is. It's probably not as long as my regular podcast, but nonetheless, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want you guys to please visit my site. There'll be some great pictures after the game, www.RaiderNationPodcast.com. Should have some great audio and some video too. So the site's going to do some real big changing after this game. There should be some great pics. I'm going to try to get there, like I said, and make a presence. Now, I'm not going to bring my truck because it is red. I told you guys I was a fireman, but you know what? It's a red truck, and the Kansas City Chiefs are red. I can't do it. So I'm bringing my wife's car probably, and it's bright yellow. So if you see a bright yellow Scion, on the back is going to say RaiderNationPodcast.com, big letters. And I'll have my Raider Nation Podcast emblem on the back of the car and on the sides. So if you see that, come and say hello, because I'll probably be sitting in the car for a while. Come on over, say hello, give me a take, tell me your name. I'd love to get some people's names so I can shout them out on the air. I can't wait to go to the game. It's my first game of the season, and I'm just pumped. I'm pumped. This is the reason I started the podcast, so I could go to the games and see people and get their takes and, visit and just share with all the people that are out there that can't go to the game the flavor of the Raider game, the flavor of the Raider Nation in the parking lot, the flavor of the stands and the crowd and the intensity. That's what I'm going to try to bring to you guys. That's my mission. It's what I'm here for. I thank all you guys for your comments. Neil Billy Boy, you're awesome. You got some great takes. Harvey, Randy, great fans, great friends. Rick Guzman, you are the bomb, you Harley riding mother. And here's to the BFD, Berkeley Fire Department, and all my brothers and sisters out there working hard, fighting fires, saving lives. Okay, Raider fans, I'm about pumped out. I'm done, finished. You can stick a fork in me. I'm ready to go to bed. I appreciate you listening to the Raider Nation podcast. Please don't forget to vote on Podcast Alley. You can go to my site. There's a little vote box there. All of you know that you're familiar. We got to vote now because people are keeping up. There's a racing podcast that's quickly coming up, and I don't want the Raider Nation podcast to be anything but number one, just like you. We got over 1 million fans out there. I just need a little bit of help and a couple of votes. Keep the Raider Nation podcast numero uno in sports through Podcast Alley. We just fell out of a top 100 out of 7,000 podcasts. That's you guys. That's not me. That's the Raider Nation speaking up right there. I thank you again for listening to the show. I hope you tune in again. There might be another pregame show. I'm not sure. Depends on the mood. Probably so. I don't know. But there'll definitely be a postgame show. You guys be careful going to the parking lot. Be careful going home because you know what it's like. Every game, it's crazy going out of there. So good night, everyone. Have a great game. Have a great tailgate. I hope to see you guys out the lot. Go Raiders.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.